Live from WTOC, the Southeast news leader. The News Now starts on WTOC Plus.
Thanks for joining us here for the news on WTOC Plus. I'm digital anchor Jude Binkley. This morning, there are growing questions after a federal immigration agent shot and killed a woman yesterday in Minneapolis. Eyewitness video shows ICE agents surrounding an SUV. One tries to open the driver's side door, and that's when the driver, who was identified as 37-year-old Renee Good, begins to pull away. And seconds later, another officer fires into the car, killing Good. The Trump administration's calling it self-defense, while state and local officials are disagreeing. CBS News' Jared Hill has more, but we do want to give you a warning that some of the video you're about to see may be difficult to watch.
In eyewitness video, ICE agents in Minneapolis begin to surround a red SUV. As the driver is ordered out, the truck appears to reverse, then pull away. Another agent fires into the SUV, killing the driver, identified as 37-year-old Renee Good, a U.S. citizen.
I hear 3 gunshots, and then I hear a car crash.
The Department of Homeland Security is calling the shooting self-defense.
Our officer followed his training.
Secretary Kristi Noem says the driver had been, quote, stalking agents all day and used her SUV in an act of domestic terrorism.
She then proceeded to weaponize her vehicle, and she attempted to run a law enforcement officer over.
Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey disagrees.
They are already trying to spin this as an action of self-defense. Having seen the video of myself, I want to tell everybody directly, that is bull.
As some held a vigil to honor Renee Good, protests broke out in Minneapolis and beyond. White House border czar Tom Homan told CBS News he's waiting to see the results of the FBI's probe into the shooting.
Let the investigation play out and hold people accountable based on the investigation.
As state and local leaders amplify calls for ICE to leave Minneapolis, DHS says their operation will continue. Jared Hill, CBS News.
Back here at home, turning now to health news. With flu numbers continuing to rise across Georgia, local health departments are trying to get ahead. 6 counties in our area are now offering free flu vaccines, for anyone 6 months and older with no health insurance. The Georgia Department of Public Health says that more than 1 in 8 of all emergency room visits across the state are patients with flu symptoms, already surpassing last year's peak. A spokesperson for the Coastal Health District says it's important, if you do come down with the flu, to do your best to stay away from others.
It's a virus. If someone does come into the office and they're not feeling well, then soon it may impact more than just that one employee. You may see it spread all the way across your office place. And so it is important to think about the larger picture when you're looking at something like flu or any other respiratory illness. And it's important when people are sick that they have the option to stay home if at all possible.
Yeah, and take it from me, I was out if you watch regularly, I was out the last 2 days with the flu myself, and this year's strain is certainly serious. It was rough the past couple of days. Staying in health news, moving now to South Carolina, state health officials confirm a child from the upstate has died from the flu. This was the very first child to die from the flu, as the Department of Public Health says 25 people in the state have died from it as well as of January 3rd. Health officials say the flu is widespread right now across the state of South Carolina, and that the flu shot is the best protection against it. Experts say it takes about 2 weeks for your body to build up protection. Well, the 2026 South Carolina legislative session starts in now less than a week. State House reporter Stephen Biddix has the details after Senate GOP leaders met yesterday to lay out their priorities for the upcoming session.
South Carolina Senate Republicans going over their key priorities as we approach the legislative session, whether that be strengthening the state's DUI laws, continuing working closely with charter schools, or keeping South Carolina affordable for locals as more people continue to move in from out of state. First on the docket, tougher DUI penalties. Leaders say current laws are too weak. South Carolina consistently ranks among the worst states for DUI deaths. On abortion, some leaders want to monitor the 6-week ban enacted in 2023, saying abortions have dropped roughly 75% since then. But leaders will focus on abortion pills ordered by mail, saying the pills concern many in their caucus. Affordability is another hot topic as people continue moving to South Carolina. GOP senators want to keep the state affordable for current residents, saying they hear all too much about rapid expansion.
I think the state is going to have to take more of a role in ensuring that we're developing the right way. I can't tell you what that role should be right now, but I do think we need to have conversations to figure that out.
As for sports betting or gambling, don't expect the Senate to take that on. Leaders say their chamber is more hesitant than the House on the matter. Despite redistricting happening in other states across our country, Senate Majority Leader Massey says that is, quote, unlikely to happen here in South Carolina this year. Reporting at the State House, I'm Stephen Biddix.
And again, that was Stephen Biddix, who will be our new South Carolina State House reporter for 2026. All right, well, back here on the coast, cat riders, listen up, because a big portion of CAT's funding is now back on the chopping block. State Senator Derek Mallow and Chatham County Commission Chairman Chester Ellis both decided on changes to the Chatham Area Transit Board. Ellis called that board, quote, unconstitutional. Ellis said the two worked to get a solution to reverse a law restructuring CAT's board to reduce the county's representation on it. He says he's pulling CAT funding if potential changes from lawmakers don't happen.
2 or 3 of the commissioners told me that they think it's off the table, that he's not going to be able to carry it through because he's not going to get the support he needs to carry it through.
Mallow's proposal can be brought up as soon as January 12th when the state legislature begins. If the changes that Chairman Ellis is asking for don't pass, it could mean trouble for the county's funding, which is still set to be pulled on July 1st. Well, it's not just the rich heritage and historic atmosphere that keep people coming back to the city of Savannah. Aside from tourism, the hostess city is also home to some major industries. With nearly 13 million visitors coming to Savannah in 2024, local experts say 2026 is set to be another great year for the city. Chatham County is the 5th largest county in the state, but the biggest economic leader. After a year dealing with inflation, tariffs, and concerns of a recession, experts with the University of Georgia and Georgia Southern say they predict things will turn around.
The economy remains a sound long-term investment for people who are interested in building a business here, developing and growing their business, and for persons who are interested in finding employment opportunities here.
According to experts, Savannah's economy continues to be driven by tourism, shipping, and logistics tied to the port. The unemployment rate is expected to rise, and experts don't expect a recession, but they do see state and local governments spending slightly less this year. All right, well, this weekend marks one of Hollywood's biggest nights with the 83rd Annual Golden Globes. Television critics predict some clear winners ahead of the award show. CBS's Gwen Bumgarner sat down with the Globes host Nikki Glaser to talk monologues and movie favorites. Take a look.
It's a night for the red carpet, revered actors, and a little roasting from Nikki Glaser.
They didn't sign up for a roast. They kind of, by being there, are signing up for that.
The comedian returns to host the Golden Globes for a second year, vowing to hold back a bit in her opening monologue.
Cutting a bunch of jokes that are just too mean. Because you go mean, and then you take the foot off the pedal, and you go, okay, I don't want to ruin this person's night.
Teasing that George Clooney and Leonardo DiCaprio can expect a few jokes at their expense. Both men are vying for a win in film's Best Performance category for musical or comedy, alongside Ethan Hawke, Jesse Plemons, Lee Byung-hun, and Timothée Chalamet, the star of Marty Supreme.
I think it's going to be Timothy. He was amazing in that, from what he told everyone. That's a joke, but he was truly incredible.
White Lotus leads the TV nominations with 6, including Best Television Series Drama.
TV critic Daniel Feinberg expects that category to go to The Pit, starring Noah Wyle.
Still expect that Noah Wyle is going to win for drama actor, but I would guess Ray Seahorn is close to a lock for drama actress because She's fantastic in the show.
Seahorn stars in the sci-fi series Pluribus and faces off against Bella Ramsey, Britt Lauer, and past Globe winners Helen Mirren, Kathy Bates, and Kerry Russell. Best comedy?
I think The Studio is a no-brainer. I think it's Hollywood loving to recognize Hollywood.
Glazer could probably make a joke about that too. The Golden Globes aired this Sunday on CBS and Paramount+. Gwen Baumgartner, CBS News, Los Angeles.
All right, well, I don't watch a whole lot of TV shows, but I'm a big moviegoer, and Marty Supreme, which they just mentioned in that story, I saw it a couple of weeks ago. Really good movie. Timothée Chalamet, incredible actor, so it'll be interesting to see if he does win Best Actor. All right, well, this is pretty cool. A Savannah native and SCAD graduate is sharing what human connection looks like through vibrant painted pieces. The Telfair Museum has chosen Julia Rowland as their Art 912 featured artist. The A Seat at the Table exhibition by Rowland is on display starting tomorrow at the Jepson Center. Rowland's pieces show expressive hairstyles, contrasting backgrounds, and shifting poses. She hopes the eye-catching art sends a message of community and belonging to visitors.
When I was coming up with the theme of this show, I was really just thinking about the different communities that I grew up in Savannah and my intersectionalities as a Black queer woman, and how everybody has kind of played a part in getting me to where I am. And I finally have this seat at the table in this awesome museum, and I want visitors, when they come into the space, to sort of make eye contact with my figures and feel like they have a place in this space.
Rowland is hosting an artist talk at 6 p.m. today at the Jepson Center, where she'll dive more into her art. And finally, Atlanta-based Chick-fil-A is celebrating a big birthday this year and giving you the chance to win free food for a year. The company announced its Golden Fan Cup sweepstakes to celebrate 80 years of business. So here's how it works. Restaurants will start rolling out 4 retro cups to buy. Instead of these designs, you could end up with a golden cup and win 52 free entrees. There's only 3,000 gold cups in the mix, and we have gotten word that someone won at one of the Chick-fil-A's on Pooler Parkway, so a big congrats to them. All right, and with that, we are going to wrap things up here for the news on WTOC+. We appreciate y'all spending part of your morning with us. We'll be back in just about 45 minutes for another round of stories at 11 o'clock. And in the meantime, you can always head on over to our website to catch the latest at WTOC.com. Thanks for watching, and here's Local News Live.